If you ever tried to get into competitive Pokemon, you've probably heard terms like OU, Ubers, or LC thrown around, but what do they actually mean? Today we're breaking down every single Smogon tier, from the most powerful to the weakest, so you know exactly where every Pokemon stands. Let's start at the very top, a G. Anything goes. Anything goes is the highest tier in competitive Pokemon, and the name says it all. Almost every Pokemon is illegal here, including Pokemon that are banned everywhere else. You can run 6 of the same Pokemon, and nearly every clause is removed, including Moody and Evasion. This tier was created after Mega Rayquaza proved too powerful even for Ubers, and in Generation 8, Zacian joined it for the same reason. A G isn't for the faint-hearted, it's for players who want to push competitive Pokemon to its absolute limits. Ubers were the most powerful legal Pokemon live, the ones too strong for standard play. You'll mostly find legendaries like Mewtwo and Primal Kyogre here, but regular Pokemon can make the cut too. Palafin and Volcarona have both earned spots in this tier. There are few restrictions in Ubers, so come prepared to face some of the most broken sets in the game. OU, overused. OU is Smogon's flagship tier, and the one most competitive players call home. Overused just means these Pokemon are used most. They're the sweet spot between powerful and fair. A Pokemon reaches OU by exceeding 4.52% usage in the tier. Some items are banned here, like the Salamensite and Lucarionite Megastones. The most well-known names in OU include Landorus T, Clefable, and Gliscor. UU, underused. UU is home to Pokemon that are solid, but just don't get picked in OU, usually because stronger options crowd them out. Ubers and OU Pokemon are banned, but everything below is welcome. Abilities like Drought and Drizzle are restricted in this tier to keep weather strategies balanced. If you want creative team building with less meta pressure, UU is a great place to start. Fan favorites like Slowbro, Cloyster, and Greninja compete here. RU, rarely used. RU sits below UU and is for Pokemon that rarely see use even at that level. The underdogs of the underdogs. Items like King's Rock are banned to keep things competitive. Despite the name, RU has a passionate player base and a meta that rewards deep knowledge. Gengar, Gardevoir, and Chansey are some of the most recognized names in this tier. NU, never used. NU is for Pokemon that struggle to find consistent roles due to poor stats, weak typing, or better alternatives at every level. That said, skilled players can still make these Pokemon work. NU rewards creativity. Incineroar, Braviary, and Sylveon are among the Pokemon you'll find here. PU, the bottom tier. The name is a joke. PU, as in these Pokemon stink. They're considered the least viable in standard competitive play, but that doesn't mean battles here are boring. The limited options push players to think creatively. Delcatty, Espeon, and Grumpig are some well-known residents. Zuyu, zero used. If a Pokemon can't even find a home in PU, it ends up in ZU, zero used. These are the weakest Pokemon competitively, and the meta reflects that. But ZU has a dedicated following precisely because of how unconventional it is. Battles are unpredictable, strategy matters more than raw power, and you'll face Pokemon you've never seen in any other tier. Abomasnow, Charizard, and Snorlax are examples of what you'll find here. NFE, not fully evolved. NFE is an unofficial format with one simple rule: only Pokemon that haven't reached their final evolution can be used. It's a unique meta where middle stage Pokemon get their moment to shine. Chansey is an interesting case. Despite being able to evolve, its usage is high enough that it's excluded from NFE. Electabuzz, Raboot, and Pignite are some of the most notable NFE picks. LC, Little Cup. Little Cup is exactly what it sounds like. A format for baby Pokemon. Only first stage Pokemon that can evolve, obtainable at level 5, are allowed. Don't let the cute factor fool you. LC is a fast-paced, highly technical meta, where small stat differences in item choices matter enormously. Pichu, Zybel, and Meowth are right at home here. So there you have it, every Smogon tier explained, from the chaos of AG all the way down to the lovable losers of ZU. Whether you're jumping into OU for the first time or building a ZU team for fun, there's a tier for every kind of player. Drop a comment letting me know which tier you play, and subscribe if you want more competitive Pokemon content.